Picture a landscape, a plain with rolling curves. It's late summer in the octarine grass country below the towering peaks of the high ram tops, and the predominant colours are umber and gold. Heat sears the landscape. Grasshoppers sizzle as in a frying pan. Even the air is too hot to move. It's the hottest summer in living memory, and in these parts, that's a long, long time. Picture a figure on horseback, moving slowly along a road that's an inch deep in dust between fields of corn that already promise an unusually rich harvest. Picture a fence of baked, dead wood. There's a notice pinned to it. The sun has faded the letters, but they are still readable. Picture a shadow falling across the notice. You can almost hear it reading both the words. There's a track leading off the road towards a small group of bleached buildings. Picture dragging footsteps. Picture a door. Open. Picture a cool, dark room glimpsed through the open doorway. This isn't a room that people live in a lot. It's a room for people who live outdoors but have to come inside sometimes when it gets dark. It's a room for harnesses and dogs, a room where oilskins are hung up to dry. There's a beer barrel by the door. There are flagstones on the floor, and along the ceiling beams, hooks for bacon. There's a scrub table that 30 hungry men could sit. There was silence after the knocking, and then the flap of slippers on the flagstones. Eventually, a skinny old woman with a face the colour and texture of a walnut peered around the door. "Yes?" she said. The notice said, "Man wanted." Did it? Did it? That's been up there since before last winter. I am sorry. You need no help? The wrinkled face looked at him thoughtfully. I can't pay more than twopence a week, mind. The tall figure looming against the sunlight appeared to consider this. Yes, it said eventually. I wouldn't even know where to start you working either. We haven't had any proper help here for 3 years. I just hire the lazy good-for-nothings from the village when I want 'em. Yes. You don't mind then? I have a horse. The old woman peered around the stranger. In the yard was the most impressive horse she had ever seen. Her eyes narrowed. And that's your horse, is it? Yes. With all that silver on the harness and everything? Yes. And you want to work for 6pence a week? Yes. The old woman pursed her lips. She looked from the stranger to the horse, to the dilapidation around the farm. She appeared to reach a decision, possibly on the lines that someone who owned no horses probably didn't have much to fear from a horse thief. You're to sleep in the barn. Understand? She said. Sleep. Yes, of course. Sleep. I will have to sleep. Couldn't have you in the house anyway. It wouldn't be right. The barn will be quite adequate, I assure you. But you can come into the house for your meals. Thank you. My name's Miss Flitworth. Yes. She waited. I expect you have a name too, she prompted. Yes, that's right. She waited again. Well? I'm sorry? What is your name? The stranger stared at her for a moment and then looked around wildly. Come on, said Miss Flitworth. I ain't employing no one without no name, Mr. The figure stared upwards. Mr. Sky? No one's called Mr. Sky. Mr. Door? She nodded. Could be Mr. Door. There was a chap called Dawes I knew once. Yeah, Mr. Door. And your first name? Don't tell me you haven't got one of those too. You've got to be a Bill or a Tom or a Bruce or one of those names. Yes. What? One of those. Which one? The first one. You're a Bill? Yes. Miss Flitworth rolled her eyes. All right, Bill Sky, she said. Door. Yeah, sorry, all right, Bill Door. Call me Bill. And you can call me Miss Flitworth. I expect you want some dinner. I would. Ah, yes, the meal of the evening, yes. You look half starved, to tell the truth. More than half, really. She squinted at the figure. Somehow it was very hard to be certain what Bill Door looked like, or even remember the exact sound of his voice. Clearly he was there, and clearly he had spoken. Otherwise, why did you remember anything at all? There's a lot of people in these parts as don't use the name they were born with, she said. I always say there's nothing to be gained by going around asking personal questions. I suppose you can work, Mr. Bildor. I'm still getting the hay in off the high meadows, and there'll be a lot of work come harvest. Can you use a scythe? Bildor seemed to meditate on the question for some time. Then he said, I think the answer to that is a definite yes, Miss Flitworth.